pushbacks, so it might be reset really quickly here. Just like yesterday, remember? I heard the vent and the clock is rolling.
There we go. Clock is running for launch. Stand by for the detonation suppression system. That's what we want to hear. SpaceX are go for launch. We're going to stand by for the deluge. That'll be a really obvious thing. And then, of course, that ignition and top deck going off. Starship V3 might be about to fly. There's the weir vent. There comes the deluge. Let's look for... There's the top deck. We should be seeing ignition. There's ignition. And I believe we have liftoff of Starship version 3. Seconds max Q. Starship version 3 is airborne, and we are headed to space under the power of 33 Raptor 3 engines. We are pushing through max Q. Oh my goodness, this is the period of maximum force on the vehicle when the thrust meets the thicker parts of the atmosphere. But there we go, we're pushing through, and it looks like we're getting a little bit of a vapor cone even forming there as the trail falls away from Starship. This is a spectacular ascent of Starship version 3. That looks like a flawless liftoff, passing the moon in the background.
That was so cool.
We will be going there eventually with Starship, but for now it's a suborbital test flight, the future destination in the background. For now the destination is the Indian Ocean, and Starship continues to progress downrange. We are passing through 23 kilometers in altitude, and we have healthy Raptor 3 engines on booster 19. We're a few seconds away from main engine cutoff.
One engine off on the outer ring of 20.
Okay, we've lost one Raptor 3. 20 seconds.
32 of 33.
Yep, looks like now they're rolling for preparation for hot staging.
And still the vast majority of engines, we'll have to see how many of those can relight for the boost back burn of booster 19. But for now, ship 39 and booster 19 doing a spectacular job. Let's stand by for stage separation.
Hopefully we see that hot staging.
There is ship engine ignition. And we have stage separation. What a quick flip! The booster is already facing the opposite direction. That was an expedited flip and a half. Oh, maybe the booster is losing a little bit control, or can it correct? Yeah. Looks like a little bit maybe of an over-energetic spin from the booster. Looks like it can correct. It looks like it has the authority to correct.
It's
Seeing a little bit of a flash from the aft. Oh dear, only 5 engines.
Booster. Yeah.
30 seconds.
So that's the 5.
All 6 engines on the ship, though.
Good news from the ship, but that looks like a little bit of a wonky boost back burn from the booster.
Seconds, boost back it's a yeah, it aborted the boost back burn.
Okay. Again, today is a test flight.
One Raptor vacuum is off on the ship.
We lost a Raptor vacuum. Okay, we are currently running on 2 vacuum Raptors and those 3 sea level Raptors. And you can see there, I believe, on the left-hand side, that is the booster losing control. And you can see there from the ground, this is the Super Heavy Booster 19 with an aborted boost back burn that will fall down. I think that's the ship in the background. You can see the booster falling back down to the Gulf below. And the ship is burning in the background on 5 Raptor engines, 2 vacuums, 3 sea levels. One of the vacuums has shut down early, but the other 5, Alex, they seem to be continued firing. Yes. Do you think they could get on their trajectory with a subset of engines?
They mentioned that they have engine out capability, so the ship will just be burning a little bit longer, basically, to compensate. Yeah, one of the Raptor vacuum engines went out. It has the sea level still running, so those can compensate both on the gimbaling for attitude control, and also the fact that they can run for longer with those three engines plus the other two Raptor vacuum engines. Still accelerating, speed still going up on the ship. The booster is tumbling a little bit as it comes back through.
We are watching the booster from the off-board tracking views. We are watching it from the ground. So a little bit of a wonky boost back burn, an aborted boost back burn from booster 19, and it is now tumbling and falling back down towards the Gulf. Again, we were not expecting to recover this booster at all on this flight. SpaceX were hoping for a good boost back and a splashdown in the Gulf. Looks like it's going to be a bit more of an energetic splashdown than they perhaps were initially expecting, but that was a very, very quick flip from the booster. I mean, that was absolutely bonkers to see live on screen in front of us. In the meantime, Ship 39 continuing to burn towards space. It has lost a Raptor vacuum engine, but as Alex said, they have Raptor out capabilities. They are continuing to burn. The other 5 Raptors seem to be continuing as normal, and the ship is continuing to pick up speed as we push towards 9,000 kilometers per hour. So fingers crossed, Ship 39 can make it even on a reduced subset of engines, because of course they only need the 3 sea levels when it comes to do their Raptor relight demonstration, which they could cancel if they need to, and their splashdown burn for landing in the Indian Ocean. So stay fingers crossed for the ship. And we can see there now, Alex, the booster picking up speed.
Look at that entry. Wow.
Yeah. This is toasty.
Yeah, yeah. The roll's picking up a bit, it looks like, too. We'll see if they end up actually trying for the landing burn for the booster there.
I think we might be going a little bit too quickly at this point. We are now going through 7 kilometers.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's literally horizontal. We are going to be on board with the booster until the very end, I think, as we pass through the clouds on board booster 19. Look.
Testing at least the grid fins. Oh,
yeah, a vapor cone. We've got an ignition. They're going for a landing burn.
Landing burn starts.
It was an aborted boost back burn, but they're going for a landing burn.
Oh,
the booster has ignited. Frozen cameras.
There we go.
Looks like an impact in the ocean.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we go back to space, back on board Ship 39, passing through 12,000 kilometers per hour in speed through 6.5 minutes into flight, and 5 Raptors continuing to burn. We have lost one of those Raptor vacuums, but the other 5 engines continue to burn. So fingers crossed, should this continue in this configuration, ship with its authority of the 3 gimbaling Raptor engines should be able to make it onto that trajectory. And that was a very spicy booster flight indeed. Okay, we're getting the gadgets now to show us the exact orientation of the ship. It looks stable, Alex. It looks stable.
It does. It lost that RVAC engine, but again, it's got engine out capability. So the rest of the engines, the 5 remaining engines, will just burn for a little longer. I would expect the other 2 RVAC engines to shut down as planned closer to that final shutdown. If you remember, they used to shut down the engines first, the RVACs, and then the center engines.
Yep.
Oh,
by the way,
on board in the engine bay coming up, there it is.
Wow,
Something's glowing.
By the way,
I'm not sure.
The timeline you see on the bottom, obviously it's a little off because it had the super landing booster later, so it may be still burning when the bottom thing says Seco.
Exactly. Don't be surprised if those are a little off. But as you can see there, those are 3 sea-level Raptor plumes and are glowing in the aft bay of Ship 39 indeed. But at least the engine is still there. It doesn't look like the engine exploded or caused any debris. It's still there, intact. Maybe just a premature shutdown, so maybe a sensor or something. We'll have to wait and see what SpaceX says when they do their data reviews. But for now, Ship 39 continuing to burn. Again, don't be surprised when we push through this Seco mark. Initially, this was expected with 6 engines. We have lost one of those engines with only 5 burning right now.
Can we just appreciate this gorgeous view right now? I mean, look at that camera angle. Is that not just absolutely stunning?
The sunset views are beautiful. I love these evening launches. And it looks like the Raptors do continue. They're continuing to burn. I can see the plume there. They're continuing to burn. Extended burn from Ship 39 as it has that engine out capability.
Speed's still
it's
going
doing
up.
the little dog leg. Remember that we talked about this?
Yes.
You can see it on the bottom right. on the attitude
It's flying
control.
this new trajectory between Mexico and Cuba, and to do that, it has this little bit of a dogleg to get around.
Peter Smith? I think it's time we had.
So that's Seco speed. 26,000. There we go. RVAC engines are off. And Seco. There it goes.
We have Seco, proper Seco, of 5 Raptor engines. Alex, let me know if you hear nominal insertion
I will.
from SpaceX.
Seeing if we can get an update on the ship orbit insertion, but we
There it
have
goes.
shut down again. We did run longer as we were engine out. We were flying with 5 of those 6 Raptors pretty much the whole time.
The voice of Dan Hewitt, SpaceX Communications.
Is saved. There we go. Flight termination system is off, so it's now disabled.
I think they're happy.
Wonder if that's
SpaceX
an indication of
is-
how the
We
ship
definitely
did.
got a ship in space right now.
SpaceXers are very happy. We do have a Starship in space. But are we on the nominal trajectory? That is the key.
Now let's see if it holds attitude.
We're powering
flaps
it with
moving.
F-150.
The flaps are moving. There you go.
As you can see, the teams are incredibly excited to see Starship there in space. We are awaiting the call out of nominal insertion, so we're going to stand by for that. We can see the flaps moving here, actuating, but wow, the cheers here in the lobby are certainly almost as loud as liftoff was.
Yeah.
We just say to the negative Nancy's in the chat, this is impressive,
Wow.
guys. This is impressive.
Considering this is the first ever flight of this version of Starship, this has gotten so much further than the first flight of V2 did and the first flight of V1. So this is progress, and this is what we want to see. Not 100% perfect, but it's great progress nonetheless. And we will still wait for that confirmation from SpaceX there in that nominal trajectory headed towards the Indian Ocean. We usually would have heard that by now, so we will stand by to see if we get that call or if they're in a slightly off nominal trajectory.
I'm interested on that vent there. I wonder if that's a proper thruster that they're firing of depressing the payload
As a
bay.
reminder, the
But I was gonna
objective
say,
for-
sorry. I have like different feeds in my ear right now. I was gonna mention I was surprised by the booster. It lit all 33 engines at once. It did the liftoff. It only lost 1 engine on the way up, which is already way more than flight 1 in that sense, right? So yeah.
And it used to be that they had 3 engine out at least capability on version 1, and with the power
Yeah.
of the Raptor V3s, I wouldn't be surprised if they could have more engines out if needed and still be okay